Well, what's up, Guardians? Peace and Grease here, and it is that time to talk about the Act 3 finale, the wrap-up. Was it good? Was it bad? Should you finish out this episode? Hopefully I can answer those questions for you. So if you recall from Act 1 and Act 2, my review videos, you'll remember that I was invested in this story. I was interested. My curiosity was piqued, right? This kind of darker, grittier tone, this kind of Dracula Castle kind of theme, I was here for it. The fact that it looked like Mizrax was getting ready to succumb to the curse, Pickrell had returned with the Echo and was converting Elixir into Scorn. Hell yeah, I was here for it. Still one of the best cinematic cutscenes we've ever had in this game, in my opinion, back in, was it Act 1 or Act 2? I don't remember, but I digress. So, how did it conclude? Well, let's start first with the activities. Now, here's the thing. These activities are good activities. They're fun activities. I enjoyed Onslaught Salvation. I enjoyed Contest of Elders. I enjoyed Kel's Vengeance. I enjoyed these missions. They're good missions. They're fun activities. They are. But in every one of these cases, it's the same problem. And let's be clear. This is not a new problem. This is a problem that Bungie has been struggling with, understanding, for 10 years now. And that is, where's the loot? Your activities are just not rewarding. And here's the brutal reality to it. No matter how good your activities, no matter how fun they are, if they're not rewarding, players aren't going to engage with them. I'm going to go play a different game that has a fun activity that is rewarding, because your activities are not. Take, for example, Onslaught Salvation. You expect me to invest almost an hour of my life, 50 waves for this thing. For what? For what? I already have some of these, decent rolls on all these weapons, so why would I continue grinding it? And Bungie literally expects us to continue to grind these activities for this stuff. But here's the problem. Nobody cares about these resources. They're gone at the end of the episode. Nobody's running these activities for this crap. They're gone. At the end of the episode, they're gone. And make no mistake, I'm not suggesting that they should stay around. On the contrary, I'm trying to say that your activity should be rewarding enough despite this crap, despite these resources, because nobody cares about this stuff. If Bungie had brought back, as an example, if Bungie had brought back some weapons from Destiny 2's past, I would still, with the shiny cosmetic, I would still be grinding this activity. As it stands, I'm done. Same thing with Contest of Elders. They brought back 2 weapons, the SMG and the rocket launcher. That's it. If you had brought back some D1 weapons, revamped them for D2, I would still be grinding this activity. As it stands, there's no reason for me to. Same thing with Kel's Vengeance. I can get a ship and maybe an emblem. And make no mistake, let me be clear. Credit where credit is due. The ship, the Renunciation, is badass. It is a badass ship. It is. But am I going to continue to run this activity? No, because I already have the ship. For what, an emblem? Why wasn't there a unique armor set? If you had a special unique armor set, I would still be grinding this activity. That's the facts. If no matter how fun or good your activities are, if they're not rewarding, people will not play them. Now, I don't know how long it takes for Bungie to grasp this, and I want to be clear. I'm going to tinfoil hat this bitch. I personally think that the devs at Bungie, they understand this concept. They've understood it for years now. It's the higher-ups that are the problem. They are failing to grasp this simple fundamental fact. You're hemorrhaging players. Don't you want some of your players back? Then make your activities rewarding, for God's sakes. It's been 10 years. How many years before you grasp this simple concept? How many? How many videos do content creators have to make lodging the same complaint over and over, year after year? How many times? It's such a shame. Whoever's in charge that made the decisions for these, they have failed it. You have taken fun activities and you have ruined them by not making them rewarding. And that's exactly what's happened this episode. People aren't going to engage with these activities. No matter how good they are, they're not going to engage with them because they're not rewarding. Oh, I got some more resources. I got a tomb flake. Nobody cares. Moving on. Let's talk about the exotic mission. Kel's Fall. It's okay. It didn't blow my socks off. It's not good. It's not bad. It's just kind of mediocre. I will say the best part of this mission is the Scorn organ. That's the best part. The fact that there's a secret, organist boss. The fact that you can call in a troll, even though it is just a reused asset from Cade 6 and Crow's adventure, I still liked it. It's the best part of this exotic mission, but most of the mission was just kind of whatever. When I think of the GOATs of exotic missions, the all-time great exotic missions in this game, I think of the Whisper mission. I think of 0 Hour. I think of Presage. I think of even Seraph Shield. I really like Seraph Shield. These are the all-time greatest exotic missions ever in this game. And the reality is that this one just doesn't stack up. Kel's Fall just doesn't stack up. Now, I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not good. And it's ironic because I feel the same exact way about the exotic shotgun. The exotic shotgun it's okay. But it's in my vault collecting dust, which is probably where it's going to stay for a while. I have better options, so I'm probably not going to mess with it that much. It's okay. It's not good. It's not bad. Better options. You get the idea. So yeah. But if you're a collector, you probably don't care. You're going to get the exotic shotgun regardless because you want all the exotics, which is understandable if that's what you want to do. So let's talk about story. How did the story wrap up? As I mentioned, I was invested in the story. I wanted to see where it was going to go. Credit where credit is due. Bungie finally killed off a villain. Fickrell. We were able to kill Fickrell. Nobody is as shocked as I am. And you wouldn't think that such a simple thing would require me giving credit to Bungie. But I am, because Bungie is like that grandmother who can't throw anything out when it comes to villains, right? You have a paper bag. I may be able to use that someday, Sonny. That's Bungie. Recycle, recycle, recycle. Every boss, right? That's what Bungie does. The fact that we got to kill off a boss that's been kicking around for literal years now, since Forsaken, I'm impressed. But then we have Aramis. 2 steps forward, 1 step back, right? It may be difficult for Bungie to break this pattern, right? We'll see. So Aramis, the story wrap up, it got about 95 yards. And then they dropped the ball at the 5-yard line. The writing really failed it. And that has to do with Aramis. When we think about Aramis, when we think about all the harm that she's done, where's the justice? There isn't any. There is no justice. Right? As if that's not bad enough, Aramis gets a redemption arc. But the problem is Aramis never deserves a redemption. You see, Aramis has not grown as a character. Aramis has not evolved. She's the same condescending, hypocritical person she's always been. She's learned nothing. She's grown not at all. Now, it's funny. If Bungie really desperately wanted to redeem Aramis, it would have been simple to do. Imagine Skolish, who sadly was largely MIA from the entire story until Kel's Vengeance, attempted to break in and kill Mizrax. But Ido got caught in the line of fire, and Aramis had to step up to save Ido. Is that a character worthy of redemption? Yes. As it stands, Aramis did nothing the entire story besides sit on her ass and make condescending, hypocritical comments the entire time, only sticking her neck out when she thought she could grab a little bit of power from the Echo. Does that sound like a character that deserves redemption? No, but hell no. Now she gets this power, and she gets to go on a vacation to Reese and rebuild Reese. And as if all of that isn't bad enough, she leaves a condescending, hypocritical message for our Guardian. But our Guardian doesn't respond. Our Guardian should have responded with, Aramis, you're pretty good at looking down your nose at other species. Maybe one day you'll be strong enough to turn that gaze upon yourself in the Elixni. Because on that day you'll learn. No species is perfect. But nope, of course, our Guardian doesn't say jack smack. Of course. Guardian says nothing. Aramis learned nothing. She didn't change at all, only sticking her neck out to grab some power. A character that was not worthy of redemption. And as I made this complaint before, Bungie is on a redemption kick. They want to redeem every single character, but not every character is worthy of redemption. Aramis being the prime example. If that was the case, I would have rather just killed off Aramis. I would have rather just killed her off and been done with it. If you can't bother to redeem the character, then the character doesn't deserve a redemption arc. And you didn't bother to redeem Aramis. The same shallow, hypocritical, condescending person she's always been. She's grown, not even a little bit. And as if all of that isn't bad enough, they actually wrote the dialogue. I think it was for Crow. You know who deserves the credit? Aramis. I was standing in the middle of my living room screaming, for what? Why does she even deserve an ounce of credit? She has done nothing the entire story besides sit on her ass, only sticking her neck out when she thinks she could grab some power. What does she deserve any credit for? Nothing. The writing here is pedantic. It's juvenile. That's what the writing is, and the writing failed it. The writing failed this story. Now, don't get me wrong. Is this episode better than Echoes? Oh, by a mile. Absolutely, it's better than Echoes. But then I think a root canal would be better than Echoes, right? So yes, it's better than that, but that's a low bar. That's an extremely low bar to set. But that's Act 3 in a nutshell. Should you return to finish it? Well, if you were disappointed by Echoes, like a lot of people were, maybe. Maybe. If you are expecting better writing, if you want to see this story wrap up in a satisfactory manner, probably not. Because it doesn't wrap up in a satisfactory manner. Although I will say it does seem as if Mizrax is clear of the curse now, at least for the time being. We do get to kill off Fikrul, which is definitely a surprise, but again, we still have Aramis, who was never redeemed, but got a full redemption arc, who didn't deserve it. So yeah. But there you have it. That's Act 3 in a nutshell. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? And until next time, peace out.